Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today we're going to talk about more adaptations because I posted a video a couple of weeks ago that was adaptations that are moving up on my TBR because there were some things that were being announced or things that had come out, and I wanted to read the book first because I have to. And then after I posted that, more news was coming out about things that were being adapted, and it was stuff that I own, and I'm like, So I wanted to do kind of like a little follow-up to that, I guess. These are things that have been announced more recently. Some of them I own, some of them I don't own yet, but I really want to. They're still on my list to read at some point. And now that an adaptation is coming out, they're kind of moving a little bit higher, on my list. But I do have a page in my bullet journal here that is adaptations, and I have them kind of listed. And these are just ones that I know I want to read before I see any type of adaptation. So this is either going to be movies or TV shows or limited series, something like that. So let's talk about the ones that have been announced in the past probably 2-3 weeks. All right, the first one is Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna. This is being adapted by Netflix, and I believe it's going to be a 10-episode series. So it's just going to be like a limited time or limited series. It's not going to be like a whole thing, but it is going to follow the events that happen in this book. I have no idea what those are because I have not read it yet, but this has definitely become the next Kristen Hanna that I need to read now because it is being adapted. The next one is 100 Years of Solitude, and this is by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. This is another one that's being adapted by Netflix. I don't know if it's going to be a movie or if it's going to be a series. I don't think that has been decided yet, but Netflix has purchased the rights to adapt this one. And I think this is the first time it's going to be adapted, from what I'm understanding. So yeah, this is on the Great American Reads list as well. So it is kind of, been on my radar more recently lately. I'm a little scared of it though. I'm not gonna lie. This is a magical realism book, and I don't always do well with those. So we will see. Might be one I need to listen to as well, but it's being adapted by Netflix. The next one is All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. This is another one coming to Netflix, and I believe this one's going to be like a limited series as well. It's going to be, a certain number of episodes, and that's it. But oh man, Netflix is on a roll. They're just like, let's take all these really good books and we're going to take all of those. So I have not read this yet, and I'm really surprised I haven't read this yet because it is a historical fiction, and that's one of quickly growing to be one of my favorite genres. And it's World War II historical fiction. Again, one of my favorite genres. So yeah, I just haven't read it yet. I don't know, but I have it. I've had it for a while. But yep, moving up on my TBR now. This next one is a book that I have on my Kindle, and I haven't read it yet. And I've just heard really, really good things about this trilogy as a whole. And that is A Discovery of Riches by Deborah Harkness. And I've always just heard really good things about this one. So this is definitely a paranormal book. It's like witches, vampires, monsters, all that kind of stuff. And I've just heard really good things, and I haven't read it yet, but this is coming in April, actually, on AMC. And AMC has not steered me wrong in the TV show department. Everything that I've watched on AMC, I've absolutely loved. Walking Dead is one of my all-time favorite shows. Like, oh, I love that show so much. So I've been seeing previews for it because it's coming in April, and I'm like, So yeah, I'm going to start recording it. And I need to move that up on my TBR now so that I can start watching it soon after. All right, this next one, The Dog's Purpose books by W. Bruce Cameron. Now, these are already movies. A Dog's Purpose is out, has been out. I can, get it anytime I need to now. A Dog's Way Home was also a movie, and they are coming out with A Dog's Journey, I believe, is the next one. We saw a preview for it when I went to see How to Train Your Dragon 3 with my girls, and I started crying in the preview because it's dogs. And we all know what happens to dogs. So but I really want to read these books. Obviously, I have them. This one I got from a friend. This one my daughter gave me. And I want to read them for sure. I think I'm starting to get ready to be able to read them because especially when I saw that preview, I was like, you know what? I think I'm ready to pick up those books. It's been almost a year since our second dog passed away. If you don't know, we had 2 dogs, and one of them passed away in February of 2017. And then the other one passed away in June of 2018. So almost a year since we've lost Annabelle. But yeah, so because of that, I was like, I cannot read these books right now. It's way too fresh, way too emotional. They were both older dogs, so it wasn't like a sudden thing. Annabelle was a little more sudden than we expected. She was 10, but cancer. So yeah, but I don't know. Like, I really, really want to read these books. I really do. And I think I'm going to love them, but I think they're going to just have me completely an emotional wreck. So I have to be emotionally ready. I think I'm getting there though. So maybe sometime this year I'll end up picking these up and we'll see, but I do want to see the movies as well. So yeah. This next one is a book that I do not own yet, and I want to. I just haven't physically picked it up. I don't really know why. But that is Catch-22 by Joseph Heller. And I want to get this anniversary edition, so that's probably why I'm kind of holding out a little bit. I've seen different versions of it in the store, but I just really like the anniversary cover of it. And this one is being adapted by Hulu, and it is starring Kyle Chandler and George Clooney. And I'm all over it. I'm so excited about this one. And this one, I really feel like I'm going to enjoy it because it is kind of a comedic satire book and it revolves around war. But being from a military background for sure, because my husband is active duty military, my father is retired military, so I've always been in the military lifestyle my entire life. I think I would probably get a kick out of this one. And yeah, I just haven't picked up the book yet. I don't really know why, but I do want to read it for sure. And it is coming to Hulu, I think this spring is what it said. This next one is one that has been in the works for a while, and I think it's still in the works, but I think it's making like slow progress. So it's going to happen. I just don't know when. And that is The Rosie Project by Graham Simpson. And the only actor tied to this who's supposed to star in it is Ryan Reynolds. And that's kind of all I need. That's all I need. Like, it could just be him and I'd be totally fine with it. There's been a few actresses though that have like committed and then decommitted. So I think there's been at least 2 that have said, yeah, I'll do it. And then they back out for whatever reason. Maybe because it's taken so long to actually start getting, produced, that they're taking on other projects instead that are getting produced. So I think that might be one of the problems. But Ryan Reynolds is still attached. So if he's in, I'm in. It has also just been announced that The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead is being adapted by Amazon. So it's just been announced. I'm pretty positive it's just going to be like a limited series, the way some of these other ones are, and it's going to follow this book here. And so there's not been an announcement of any cast or anything. It's just been announced that it's happening. So I have a little bit of time to read this one, but this is definitely one that I want to read. I've heard very, very good things about it. And now that it's being adapted, it's added to my list. The last one is one that has already been adapted. They're actually going to have season 2 coming out soon, and that is The Alienist. This is by Caleb Carr, and I even got the TV show tie-in cover of the book. So this was on TNT. The first season was really successful. I've heard really good things about it, and I've heard good things about the book as well. And this one follows, I believe, kind of the very beginnings of studying psychological habits and psychological, what's the word? Just understanding serial killers and killers in general, trying to understand their psyche. And so this is set in very early, I want to say like 1800s maybe, or maybe early 1900s, something like that. And I've heard really good things about it, like I said. So I do want to watch the show. I don't think I recorded it when it came on, so I'm going to have to locate it, but I do want to read the book and then watch the TV show. Okay, guys, so that's it for this one. These are just some adaptations that have just been announced, and then a couple that I found on my shelves that I was like, oh yeah, I didn't include those on my list before, but I knew that they had already been adapted or that it's already in the works. I just didn't mention them in my previous one, so I added them to this one. Let me know what you're excited about. Let me know what I should read very, very soon. Some of these, have just been announced, so I have some time to read them, but some of them are going to be coming out pretty soon here. So, all right, that is going to be it for me. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.